want to show you something that I've been working on this past few weeks, starting with this leaf, which I removed from a plant in my front yard 1 month ago. It almost looks the same today as it did a month ago. That is, the tip was already broken off and it already had that little black mark, but the green really has not changed. If I turn it over, I'm seeing some browning that wasn't there a month ago. Let's look at another leaf, that being this one, which I took off a week later. And on this one, again, those marks were already there, dents were already here. If I turn it over, I barely see the browning. This one was removed from the plant more than 3 weeks ago. It'd be 3 weeks and 3 days ago. Barely see it, and you can just start to see the aging of the leaf after 3 weeks. This one I removed from the same plant today, and we don't see any of that browning on the back side. That's a fresh leaf, okay? It does have that black spot there, even though I removed it today. That was there the whole time. Now, let's look at this one, which is a leaf that I just purchased today from the fresh produce section at the grocery store across the street. They cut it off the plant, which I'm not a fan of. I like you when you gently remove them like this, you pull them off the plant, and you still have this part that wraps around the bulb, and I put today's date on it. It's September 5th, 2014. But what's interesting to me is that if I look at the bottom side here, I can see all the browning occurring. That tells me this leaf is probably, based on this little study, probably a good month old. On top of that, I see like this dark green, almost like bruising from probably stacking the leaves on top of each other. And occasionally I see little slices in the leaf, probably from hitting the spines of the others as they're stacking them up on top of each other. So this is your fresh produce at the grocery store. What do we do at Stockton Aloe? Number one, we recognize that not everybody can grow aloe vera in their yard. They don't have the right climate, or they don't have a yard big enough to grow enough for themselves and their whole families. So this is what we do. At Stockton Aloe number one, we take the gel out of the leaves for you. In the same day, we run them through a grinder. That pulp from the aloe plant then goes through a heat transfer unit to suck out the heat and get it close to freezing. We put it into containers, and those containers go into the freezer. Now, what we don't do to it, we don't filter the aloe. That is, we don't use diatomaceous earth or activated carbon. We don't decolorize and deodorize the aloe vera. We don't pasteurize it. That is, no heat processes. And we don't add preservatives. We just simply grind the fillets, bottle them, and freeze them. And then we ship that to you. What is better, purchasing an old aloe vera leaf from the produce department or getting fresh frozen aloe vera gel that was bottled the same day it was removed from the field?